Remember 2008? The stock market crashed, banks went belly up, people were wearing barrels as clothes. It was a real hoot. But in the midst of all that chaos, a mysterious figure emerged from the digital ether, like a hooded vigilante in a cheesy 80s movie. This mysterious figure, known only as Satoshi Nakamoto, gifted the world with a radical idea: Bitcoin. What on earth was Bitcoin? It was a digital currency, completely separate from any government or financial institution. It promised secure, anonymous transactions controlled by a decentralized network of computers. It was like magic internet money, but with even less oversight. This was a big deal. After all, trust in traditional financial systems was at an all-time low. People were looking for alternatives, something, anything, to restore their faith in the system. Bitcoin, with its promise of decentralization and transparency, seemed like a beacon of hope.
In 2008, Nakamoto released the Bitcoin White Paper. Think of it as Bitcoin's birth certificate, a 9-page document outlining this revolutionary technology. It was like the recipe for a financial revolution, written in code. Early adopters, mostly tech-savvy folks and cryptography enthusiasts, were intrigued. They started mining Bitcoin. No, they weren't digging in the dirt. They were using their computers to solve complex mathematical problems, verifying transactions, and adding them to the blockchain. Think of it as a giant public ledger, recording every single Bitcoin transaction ever made. It's surprisingly secure, like a digital Fort Knox, guarded by a legion of math nerds. And then, on January 12, 2009, history was made. The first ever Bitcoin transaction took place. Nakamoto sent 10 Bitcoins to Hal Finney, a prominent developer. It was a small step for man, a giant leap for cryptocurrency.
In those early days, Bitcoin was like that weird band your friend loved that nobody else had heard of. Its value was minuscule. You could mine thousands of Bitcoins on a regular laptop. Today, those Bitcoins would be worth a small fortune. Back then, they were good for buying. Well, not much. But then came the legendary Bitcoin Pizza Day. On May 22, 2010, a programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz made history by buying 2 pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoins. Yes, you heard that right. 2 pizzas, 10,000 Bitcoins. It's enough to make you weep into your pineapple and pepperoni. That transaction, as absurd as it seems now, was a watershed moment. It gave Bitcoin real-world value. It proved that this digital currency could be used to buy actual goods and services. Sure, it was just pizza, but it was a start.
Bitcoin was the first, but it wasn't alone for long. Like a digital gold rush, altcoins started popping up left and right. There was Litecoin, the silver to Bitcoin's gold, and then there was Dogecoin, created as a joke. But the real game changer was Ethereum. It introduced smart contracts, automating transactions.
Section 5. Buckle up, it's a bumpy ride. The world was starting to pay attention to cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's price, once measured in fractions of a cent, began to soar. In 2013, it reached $1,000 for the first time, sending shockwaves through the financial world. But with great price spikes came even greater volatility. Remember Mt. Gox? It was once the largest Bitcoin exchange in the world, handling over 70% of all Bitcoin transactions. And then, in 2014, it went bankrupt after losing hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins. It was like the Titanic sinking, but instead of a giant iceberg, it was a giant security breach. The cryptocurrency market was like a roller coaster, with thrilling highs and stomach-churning lows. In 2017, Bitcoin's price skyrocketed again, reaching an all-time high of nearly $20,000. Everyone and their grandmother seemed to be talking about Bitcoin. It was the Wild West all over again, with fortunes being made and lost overnight.
From Wall Street to El Salvador, remember when your weird friend wouldn't stop talking about Bitcoin? Well, it turns out your friend might have been onto something. Cryptocurrency has gone mainstream. Major companies like Tesla started investing in Bitcoin. PayPal allowed users to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrency. And then there's El Salvador. In 2021, El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as legal tender.
Section 7. NFTs, the new kids on the blockchain. Just when you thought you were starting to understand this whole cryptocurrency thing, along came NFTs. NFT stands for non-fungible token, which, Let's be honest, sounds like something you'd find in a science fiction novel. In simple terms, an NFT is like a digital certificate of authenticity. It's a unique digital asset that can represent anything from a piece of digital art to a tweet to a virtual cat. And people were paying millions of dollars for them. Remember that Nyan cat meme? It sold as an NFT for $580,000. Jack Dorsey's first tweet? $2.9 million. A digital collage by the artist Beeple? A cool $69 million. Suddenly, everyone and their dog was creating and selling NFTs. It was like the dot-com bubble all over again, but with more monkeys and laser eyes.
Section 8. The future of money. So where does cryptocurrency go from here? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. The cryptocurrency market is notoriously volatile and unpredictable. It's a roller coaster ride, full of dizzying highs and terrifying lows. Will Bitcoin become the future of money, as some predict? Will Ethereum's smart contracts revolutionize industries beyond finance? Will Dogecoin continue to be fueled by memes and Elon Musk's tweets? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's a disruptive force in the financial world, forcing us to rethink traditional systems and explore new possibilities. But remember, kids, it's important to be cautious. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and never trust a financial advisor who also moonlights as a DJ. Just saying.